Channel 399 from across Africa, you are most welcome.
Indeed, you're most welcome. You can also watch us online from around the world on this amazing day. It's the 3rd day of July, 2026.
We're broadcasting live from the top of Tower Hill in the heart of the city. Send us your comments through our socials on AYV News Facebook page on the topics that we'll cover this morning.
And now coming up with the program this morning, running out of time, Salon Roots, a non-partisan citizen movement dedicated to strengthening political and economic institutions by empowering citizens to play an active role in shaping Sierra Leone's development, will tomorrow be officially launching 4 of their projects: Roots Anthem, the Roots Ambassador Program, the Roots Digital Platform, and the Roots Crowdfunding Portal. We shall be discussing this issue and on its entirety this morning on the show.
And the Olive Bee Academy will be organizing their July edition boot camp titled Step Into Her Future, scheduled to take place from July 7th to July 9th, 2026 at the Olive Bee Academy campus in Kerry Town, the premier all-girls Christian boarding school in Freetown.
And also this morning, Olubusola E. Bankole, a vitiligo activist, model and international law graduate, will be speaking on the importance of World Vitiligo Day, dismantling societal stigma, promoting medical education, and advocating for patient confidence and empowerment above all.
But before all that, let's get a quick message from our sponsors, Wakeup Commercial Bank and other advertisers, and we shall be right back with you. Please stay with us.
Indeed.
More and more people are using Wakeup SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like Wakeup SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Wakeup SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Wakeup SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Sorry, Carl, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me memory, Michael. Can if I can say you give me this capital, not to Indy. Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today, give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness in life. I dey send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I dey ever send money for now.
I don't need your help because I don't know so with Afri money. I dey able send money. Now baku Africa countries them with Afri money. We dey able send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party we know this, we know for the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean now, una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able send money even if you not use app, even if you know the online directly. All you need for do, you just a dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
Every day feels better with peace of mind, and peace of mind starts with preparation. Unexpected moments can happen anytime, but with the right insurance, you're always one step ahead. At J-Man Insurance, we help you protect what matters most: your life, your family, your future. Don't wait for what if. Prepare for what's next. Get covered today and move forward with confidence.
Feels good to see your face again. It's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day. Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the road
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina. Share happiness.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes up waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sarah juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice and nutritious, it healthy and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salone.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on 8th August 2024, Statutory Instrument Number 8 of 2024,
All right, welcome back, and just a reminder that you're watching Wake Up Sierra Leone live on the Africa Young Voices Media Empire. You're also hearing us on radio this morning on frequency modulation as usual, 101.7. According to the World Health Organization, unsafe water, poor sanitation and inadequate hygiene contributes to hundreds of thousands of preventable deaths every year, while increasing the spread of diseases such as cholera and diarrhea, among others.
In Sierra Leone, where the rainy season often exposes weaknesses in urban sanitation, blocked waterways, and indiscriminate waste disposal, continue to heighten the risks of flooding and disease outbreaks.
Our traders at the Tombo Park Market say they are now living with those dangers every single day. They are appealing for urgent intervention before an environmental hazard becomes a public health emergency. Let's now hear from our reporter, Edema Conte, who has the details.
Water is meant to sustain life. Here, it carries waste instead. The river flowing beside Tombo Park Market has gradually become an open dumping ground, where refuse from neighboring communities settles instead of reaching the sea. What should be a source of aid has become a warning. For the traders who earn their living here, the consequences are immediate. Rotten waste has filled the air with an irritating smell. Plastic bottles, household rubbish, and organic waste now clog the waterway, slowing its flow as the rains intensify. intensify. They fear that if the river bursts its banks, flood waters will not only destroy merchandise but also expose thousands of shoppers and residents to dangerous waterborne diseases.
We smell in Kimona, but we not get for the now they get living, so we not get option. During rainy season, the water is there for us because the building that surround me, they don't build below sign and so. Even at the day of the last time when rain came, the water flowed over, so all people are not able to set. People are not able to set for pass. So this year is there for us pass every other year because this building and I mean they control the water, but they don't come put building. Because me I decide to see they're not able to sell because I get small pikin and when the season at the below I not go sell because of I get small pikin.
Actually, like when the city don't come, so we attack it can affect you greatly because the dirty don't float now the gutter and water no get free access for making gondola. So if everything come, yeah, water they disturb the dirty sabi float yeah pass to people for make the able clear and they go together. Now the main dirty box. Just like cannot be able to tell the actual thing get for happen because it depends on the way rain can because last season we even rain can say December and they affect you greatly. But now I'm not able to tell how the season get for look like.
Because we didn't in place even this water because this year we don't want to let this water destroy people and so the dirty now the market it don't buckle and lots of disasters they happen now so we people they don't block the bridge them water not they get way for pass so the dirty they can and block the place look all over so dirty. One see that say we put things in place for lot to control this dirty as soon as this market as so.
The United Nations Environment Programme estimates that the world generates more than 2 billion tons of municipal solid waste every year, with at least 1/3 not managed in an environmentally safe manner. In rapidly growing cities across Africa, inadequate waste management continues to compound the impact of climate change, increasing the frequency of flooding and environmental degradation. Sierra Leone has witnessed similar challenges, particularly in densely populated urban communities where drainage systems are routinely obstructed by indiscriminate dumping. The traders say responsibility must be shared. They are calling on the government, sanitation authorities, and surrounding communities to strengthen waste collection, enforce environmental regulations, and intensify public awareness campaigns on proper refuse disposal.
People when they see social media say how this water they destroy markets, they destroy people their money, then the people any year self, then they add, even that BM side, they will go for Kango Day. Then they build and they add no more, they tight the water. Water no they get away for one again. We don't talk say so one government self put on, at least that is flooding. They always think about the entire country. Now we they get the highest flooding right now. When they go north side, this season they go north side, we don't get flooding at this market here so. So if you they try to interview me, this is very serious for this water side too. And look, when you watch, look the dirty, water make the way they for pass against it. Then I don't block up the bridge, they don't build it, they don't block it, they will go beyond safe day now, like bomber. Which of course the bomber they so. How this they happen so, now we they get the effects because the water they destroy, they go up.
For those who depend on Tumbu Park markets, cleanliness is not a matter of appearance. It is a matter of health, dignity, and survival. Every blocked drain is a flood waiting to happen. Every bag of refuse cast into the river carries consequences far beyond its weight. As the rains continue to fall, traders hope decisive action will restore the river to what it was always meant to be, not a dumping ground, but a source of life. Edima Conte, AYV News, Tumbu.
Many thanks to you, Edima, for that report. Now we return to the studio. We're running out of time. Sierra Leone Roots, a non-partisan citizen movement dedicated to strengthening political and economic institutions by empowering citizens to play an active role in shaping Sierra Leone's development, also aiming to shift the focus of politics from the narrow interest of a few elites, political parties and their affiliates, to the material needs of the everyday Sierra Leonean.
The movement, Roots, tomorrow will be officially launching its Roots Anthem, as well as the unveiling of the Ambassador Program and the Citizens Action Platform. Roots' national campaign and community-led reform project are designed to bring millions of Sierra Leoneans' voices together to demand concrete shifts in an unhelpful political culture, ensuring that political parties prioritize citizens' basic economic needs over elite interests.
This morning, to talk more on Roots projects and the official launching of their Roots anthem, celebrating the power of collective action, the Roots Ambassador Program, enabling citizens to identify and lead community development projects, the Roots digital platform where citizens can join the movement, submit community projects and track impact, the Roots crowdfunding portal, allowing Sierra Leoneans at home and abroad to directly support community-led initiatives across the country.
So this morning, we're joined by Ahmed Said Najala, steering committee member, Roots, and Benjamin Menelik George, popularly known by stage name Drizzly, multi-award winning Sierra Leonean rapper, singer, and songwriter. They are both in the studio this morning to address Roots. Good morning and welcome.
To address the root cause.
It appears as though Roots has already begun taking roots.
Yes.
For those who don't know really, you know, Ahmed, perhaps we should, you know, preface our conversation by you explaining what Root is to those who maybe be coming up, you know, across this for the first time.
Thank you very much. So Root is R-O-O-T-S. R is running, O is out, the other O off, the T is time, and the S is Sierra Leone. Running out of time, Sierra Leone. That's the acronym. That's the meaning of the acronym Roots. So Roots is basically a civic-led movement. This is for citizens. And it's comprised of a group of Sierra Leoneans who came together, who are concerned about the way we have been practicing our politics, division, ethnicity, patronage, those sort of things. And we want to create a platform where everybody, irrespective of your political affiliation or your region or your ethnicity, to come together and work together to ensure that we promote accountability in governance and also support community development initiatives, and also ensure that we encourage our political leaders, those we elect to govern us, to ensure that they prioritize service delivery and our economic development. That is basically what Root is. And Root is not a project, an NGO project. It's not a political party. It is not owned by any single person. It is open to Sierra Leoneans. This is owned by Sierra Leoneans. And we at the SRC, the Strategic Reform Council, are basically there to just to guide the process, to coordinate and ensure that this thing happens, so that Sierra Leoneans take control of their own destiny. We're not only going to target politicians in a way of saying that they should be accountable, but we're also going to target citizens to be accountable as well, because they also have a role to play in national development. So that is what we want to change. Create the platform where citizens will be active in politics, active in their communities, and also come up with initiatives that they can also support. Sometimes people think that government has all the answers. We elect government, but government, they are constrained by resources. In Africa, they are constrained by resources. And now you see in the world today, those who have been funding most of these programs, they have other interests now, and funding is dwindling. And we have to be, in Sierra Leone, if you look at Sierra Leone, we have so much resources. And how do we harness? How do we look internally and say that we have resources? How can we harness these resources for the benefit of the nation? So that's the focus of Root. So for us at the TRC, to be something like an advocacy-led approach, where we go in, we do the research, we get the data, and those data will inform the advocacy that we are going to do. We're not basically going to blame anybody for what has happened to Sierra Leone, but we're just saying now we are running out of time. There needs to be an urgency for us to take this step and ensure that we become self-reliant, and we are able to ensure that the kind of politics we practice is to the betterment of our nation and to us all, not that divisive politics, and ensure that every leader we elect, we hold them to account and encourage them to prioritize our development over their party's interest or their individual interest.
You know, a lot of these organizations have been reintroduced in the past, you know. Some of them have come and gone, and some of which we are part of, actually. You know,
which one I'm part of? Name one.
Today, you know, they are either in hibernation or dead totally. What's the lifespan of Roots?
it's the lifespan of the citizens.
Okay.
As long as we have citizens in Sierra Leone, it's going to be their lifespan. How long they live is going to be the lifespan of fruits, because it's not owned by anybody. It's not driven by any narrow interest or parochial interest or some kind of interest that is secret or something. But it is general. It's a public interest movement. And so you mentioned about other movements that have come up, and yes, they happen. People try to organize, because you need to organize. Nobody can do it alone. I have identified with so many groups because I like to work with people, and as long as I see that this is something, it's a good initiative and it's for the interest of the public, I go there. Whether it doesn't work, I learn from that. I learn from the lessons that we got there. I take it to the next level. So, but you have to organize. If you don't organize, there is no way you can make progress. And people have to come together from different perspectives, different backgrounds, and come together and say, okay, let's do this. I'm sure this one will not fail, because the overriding ambition and the overriding spirit there is to ensure that citizens come at the front, and they are active and they participate. So that is our focus.
Dries, let me bring you in. You don't possibly watch you you personally really inspire a lot of artists around Sierra Leone, irrespective of age, generally, or even gender. Why you become part of this? Is there a reason why you are only part of this kind of movement,
Good morning. Yes, I feel like, first of all, I'm blessed with this talent, and I don't use them in such a way where the youth and the Sierra Leonean population, everybody actually, they pay attention, and it's more than just easily releasing music moving forward for me now. I don't realize the influence where I get, and I want to use that voice there and that influence there for change, for push, like positive impact. So that is simple reason that's why I want for the part of this. And me as Sierra Leonean, everything where they affect any Sierra Leonean that affects me before, or somebody where I care about. So yeah, and this is the very first time. This is the first time where they put Motsma, something with a national issue. The very first time where I ever learned this kind of service, like in 2018, where they come inside the music industry. So this is something where I always done they do, and I will continue for lending my voice to cause like this.
Let's just trace the history small of satire music in Sierra Leone. I'm already liking this actually. Before now we had people like Daddy Sarge for corruption. You do so onto Emerson, to Futarata, Bobo Bele, down to Innocent, with the Gide Notice, and all these kinds of songs that I've played over the years. But one thing I've observed is that the satiric space for artists who used to sing these kinds of songs is shrinking actually, and dangerously so. Of course, we've been hearing from Emerson, even the recent Coconut Aid, but it's decided that there are other better genres that he has hopped into, and he has left the satiric genre entirely. Is there a way to make a grand entry without sending a very obvious signal that you want to start singing satire? You want to begin singing that kind of music? Because I'd actually listened to parts of the lyrics, when I talk about minerals and how they use them for benefit the people. That's uplifting,
Yeah, you listen to music, say non-partisan. It's not aimed to target any political leader or political party. I just preach waiting everybody already know, and waiting we don't say from where I'm born, And yeah, this not connected to the same decision where any other artist will make over the years. I respect everybody voice and opinion on governance, politics, and all that. But me not look at waiting other person and do for make I do waiting I want for do. Waiting salon need now voices them where they speak up. We need for hold we self accountable. We need for hold we leaders them accountable. If we not do them, nobody not go do them for we. That's it. And I'm the only motivation, and I'm not part of any political party. I mean, Danny don't be very public. I've never really showed up for any political party, and I don't intend for. But the change we want for see, need for happening, and we need for voice them. So that's.
Do you worry at all that your association with Roots now might expose you to some political backlash, probably from even the citizens you're seeking to speak up for?
Yeah, it's already happening.
So how are you handling that?
I'm not paying attention to it.
So you're just ignoring them?
Yeah, I do. I ignore.
Okay, I'll be back with you.
Because again, at the end of the day, all Sierra Leoneans are involved in politics, whether you accept or not, whether you vote or not. Either they affect you or they affect you anyhow you turn them. So me speaking up, I'm not just the one we bold enough for come and talk.
Do we have other artists in Roots apart from Jay Lake?
On the theme song we have Incredible JJ, Boy, Aminish, Danny, and April.
Does that automatically make them a member of Roots?
So Roots sort of thing where you go join. If you're
myself can be part of Roots.
If you care about Sierra Leone deep down inside, you know say time.
Yes.
It is. So the issue is not about, we can't avoid politics. Let me get that clear. There's no way we can avoid politics. And politics, now the big things happen. You know what I mean? Now we elect people with the government. So in Salone, the old day, there is no way you don't begin go up there and you don't begin get influence, or they align you to any of the party there. But that is not a crime. I don't talk and say APC, SLPP, the two main traditional parties they will get, they are not enemies. Not a bad. These are vehicles, a platform there. Now people they go always there. Imagine they don't from APC from they also from the 1960s. You know what I mean? From after independence. Yeah. But they are still here. And most people don't pass through. Somebody say Magaya, Tujankaba, this that. They don't go through. The party is still there. It's a structure. Until we get the right people there for the inside there and move the agenda of the country, then we'll get them right. So it's not a crime. You know what I mean? And the voice, with the raised voice, we have been raising voices. You don't hear me. I started journalism in the early 2000s. We don't write till we don't tell. We don't do satire till we don't tell. You know what I mean? It's not changing anything until we take action. Yes. So the point is one, to raise the issues. The other step who Roots they try to do now, take the right action in a citizen about take up.
Speaking of action, since our last interaction here on Wake Up Sierra Leone, you know that they asked you certain questions. Whether I
don't forget all.
Remember. We don't need to go back to those questions, but my concern here is what has Roots done so far to ensure it achieved its
objective.
Yes.
Okay. So
since that
remember that time that was a mini launch.
Okay.
That was a mini launch of Roots, and since that time we did at the background, they prepare. Try to review the structure, because at that point, the people in Goody, who are independent people in back, and give advice. Like the same thing we talk from the start. There have been organizations before, now who have the same objective. They come, make noise, and by the time member, some things that happen, they don't disappear. So they caution me on that one. So when you get the foundation right, then say you don't build a very strong house who will stand the test of time. So that's what we're doing. We have been doing. We don't put all the structures in place, the structure of the organization. The one they will want to identify with we for the movement, and other things they have for ensure we mobilize Sierra Leoneans them for come on board and support them, because we don't wait for don't go money. No, we have so much here. People can do that as long as it's the interest of them, of the young safe well-being. So that's what we've been doing. And tomorrow's launching at the next phase, we will unveil them back. You know what I mean? Now we don't get the goodwill of some of the young artists, the voice powerful. Music, very powerful for mobilize and inspire people and for do the right thing and come out and take advantage of what they get. So that's what they're doing now. And so tomorrow we launch the anthem. And we also, once we highlight tomorrow, now for make sure we call politicians them and ask them, what thing do you think say that the role of citizens? Because we always forget that. We always attack the politicians there. We don't elect them and all thing for we. No. And then work out with the government don't have all the answers. Government is constrained by resources. But there is enough resources in the communities that we live. What will we do to harness them and support government? That's what we're going to do. So we get politicians, they talk about the role, what do they think saying that the role of citizens in national development? We say they put beyond the say, okay, this is how we think safe for the rule of citizenship. So the challenge is in the back. So the focus now two-way approach. Would they attack the system? Would they not attack? Would they go into the system and try to change them, and also try to change the way we behave as citizens? For now, we make sure say this holistic. The change
when you say go into the system, what do you mean?
Well, the system we get now, you know, they work for we. Another way to say, the politics we practice right now, they work for we, because the politics is divided. We don't polarize we too much. And when we start debate for things that will for better we, by the time it don't degenerate into APC SLPP. Then it don't degenerate into attacks. They don't begin start lying. Some people know they can't talk because as it begins to say, but we don't say I come out in an APC. It's not a crime. If an APC person gets an initiative going for benefit Sierra Leone, one of our put because in an APC. So my question for change that perception.
So my question here is, when you say would they go inside the system and would it help the system kind of? It means say when they go inside politics, the roots, they can't inside politics, they go inside SLPP and
roots open to everybody, even politicians can join roots. It can be part of roots.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're not saying that you know if I go inside politics, for change them. You understand? But the roots, as long as politicians now what are they? Not foreigners. They are Salonians. Yes. MPs, they are Salonians. You know what I mean? Professionals, civil servants, they are professionals. They can come into the movement and
so
support.
What can you say to people, maybe I would regard them as critics, who would now say, those of you starting this movement are a set of people who might want to just catapult themselves into top positions in the country, and they're using roots as a medium?
They will always say that. This is not democracy. This is democracy. People are free to have their opinions. They don't even talk about before we start. When we start, we want to talk. Oh, this guy now, it's a project. It's an elections project. This is an election project. This is the support of the government of the day. They try for plan after win the next elections. Those things will come.
Is it true?
It cannot be true.
Is that the case? If you're talking about
how do you
getting
catapult,
into
how do you
these
catapult
parties?
yourself into a position? No.
Well, if you're talking about getting into these parties, and the fact that most of you guys are strong voices, I mean, you have we have somebody like yourself, your homo self. We have Lavali, you have Marcella Samba. I've had names, and there's Valnora, Valnora. Exactly, these are big names in the civil society space, and. Sometimes it might be difficult for you to just opt from your civil society stance and then jump into politics. The backlash can be serious. But now that there's Roots, and Roots is saying we have to get into the system to help the system, people might perceive this to be a set of people who wants to catapult themselves to possibly even the presidency, and then they're using this as a medium, because this is a very powerful set of...
What is wrong with becoming president of Sierra Leone? Is that wrong?
So is that the purpose of
No, that's not the purpose of Truth. I've said that.
Okay, let me go to my next question.
Don't misunderstand the sense that I said that we are going to the system. No.
Okay.
Don't misunderstand it. That is not going to politics and become president or become this one. No. People, every Sierra Leone has the right to become to opt and contest for a position to become a leader and to be elected, to become a leader. It's your right. It's a political right. You have to. If you feel strongly you can do that, you can go. Nobody will stop you. But we are just trying to create a platform where citizens can come together from all divides, no matter where you come from, no matter which region or which...
So how does the non-partisan concept align here?
So because we're not a political party. We're not a political party.
So that's the only reason it's considered non-partisan.
The movement is not a political party. We are, it's a citizen-led movement.
Okay.
It's a citizen-led movement. So it's not a political party. Okay. And that's the non-partisan about it. But we cannot avoid politics. We are working with politicians. We have to work with politicians, the opposition and the government. They have the legitimacy to rule and to govern. We cannot be doing things differently while they are doing their own things differently. No, we're not going to challenge them. We are working with what we have, the structure that we have. Like I told you, government doesn't have all the answers. So everything we do, we are going to align it with what are the aspirations, national aspirations for this country. And we make sure, that we hold them to account as well. Once we hold them to account, then we encourage them to prioritize our economic well-being and service delivery.
Okay, I'll come to you, but let me just ask this question to Ahmed. You know, many citizens are frustrated with politics and politicians, but they feel powerless. And yet we have...
This is the power we're creating now.
Yes, and yet we have
where they can get that power
a plethora of civil society organizations claiming to be speaking for the people. But whenever you see, let's say, well, it's now obvious. I mean, it goes without saying, too many of these civil society organizations are affiliated to either of the two powerful political parties. When I talk about two, I talk about the SLPP and the APC. And it's always very difficult for them to come up and translate people's frustrations into a proper civic action. What is Root going to do to ensure that these frustrations actually converted to civic actions?
That is the focus. That is the focus. Like I told you, our goal or our aim is to provide that platform where we all meet. Whether you civil society, you supporting APC, you civil society supporting SAPP, you can still come there. Because when you come there, then we have our rules, we have our guidelines, we have our goal. Then you'll be forced to follow what we're going to do. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. We don't coerce anybody to come into the fold and contribute. What we are going to do, every action we take is going to be backed by research and evidence. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to come and just criticize the mining sector, criticize the health sector. We don't have facts. We don't know the problem. We don't know what is happening. We don't know what has been done, what has been achieved, and what are the gaps. So we take all of those things, and then this is going to be the action, the voice of the citizens, not one individual, not two individuals, not one CSO, no, but a collective. You see? And so whatever we get there, we empower the citizens to take action. The action we take not to demonstrate, not to protest, and not to do this, but to advocate and talk and follow up and see that action is taken in the interest, because we have the power to elect our leaders.
You earlier said you've been advocating for some time now, many years, and not much has changed. And listening to you...
Some things have changed. Some have changed. Yes.
Oh, well, it has not changed enough for you not to think of forming Roots. The fact that we're still considering forming an organization as Roots, it means there's still need for very much more to be done.
That's what we're saying, yes. We are
so my point is, just listening to you speak, you speak of advocacy, you speak of organizing yourself to ensure that you hold government accountable. What's different from what other civil society organizations have been doing over the years?
Those are individual organizations. This is a collective. That's one big difference. I've been in SLAG as SLAG president. I have led many transformations, but those are just within one sector for the media. And there are other sectors. We can only achieve that when we all come from different sectors and come together and try to do that. We cannot do it individually or sectorally. We have to come together and say, okay, we've done for the media, let's do for the health sector, let's do for the education sector, let's do for the mining sector. That's what we're trying to do. We all come together, leverage our resources, leverage our talents, leverage our initiatives, and then take collective action. That's the difference. CSOs, they all have thematic areas. And when they do those things, they do it individually. Now we are saying this is a platform where we can all come together, put the resources together, and support national initiatives like this.
Okay, Drizzy, you wanted to jump in on...
Yeah. What did I want to say again?
Yes, we were talking about...
if you've forgotten, I'll just go to my next question then.
No, so,
okay.
Again, politics, they affect every Sierra Leonean. But this is bigger than politics. When I grew up on Wellington Street, right, for clean streets or for paint the side of the road green, white, and blue for independence, for decorate the streets during that independence celebration, not to be in government initiative. Now the citizen and they come, now we the one who live in Wellington Street, they grab and say, we want to make this place look good. We want to make the gutter and clean for independence, even if not just one time for a year. And I grew up on that system there. I know very well, say, plenty things in the way Sierra Leone has a grumble, but where if we start the change, it go easier than for demand for government.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Now we, the elect for MMM, we leaders them. Now we responsibility. So, like I said earlier, every Sierra Leonean connected, whether you like them or not, whether you know or not, you connected to politics. And the decisions that we take still they affect politics. So if the fear of, I know how to make them tag me to a political party, or if this fail, then we'll say, not just an attack at this person, like, I mean, when it go start or when it go stop. So yeah, not that be a try for us, say, if we look at this with that lens, say, we always don't look at everything, then it go fall. And again, what did I see different from roots, like platform Musai, you know, just to talk about the change, you get the opportunity for being involved in the change where you want for see.
Be an example. Yeah.
Let's talk about the creative process behind the anthem.
Yeah.
You know, the lyrics, choice of words, all of that. How did you do it? Like, you know, putting those lyrics together, yeah, and why those particular lyrics?
Yeah, first of all, the collaborative work. Also, me no more do the anthem, and yes, I produce them. But one very important decision where I make, now for make sure say I involve younger artists them way get the next 2 or 3 decades. Basically, the one way they see as the future of salon music, where the future actually now. And I see I'm saying, whenever we talk about the future, we talk about the youth of Sierra Leone, basically. And if you hear within the youth them want, and if the youth them get the chance for come and say, now this we want, now so we want for C Salon. Like, I don't write lyrics for anybody. I write my own, everybody writes their own, you know. A young producer, a young musician, them. We not just Sierra Leoneans them on that song they we want for see, the change we want for see. And that things that we don't do now we mind, but because of small talk then like, oh, nothing but that deal, not talk about that deal, not talk that topic deal, not inside and out, not say you say that this and that and that and that, we just keep them inside. You know, so it wasn't really just music, but again, the most important thing is we are young musicians and we know say we get a future ahead and we want to be involved in that future.
In the past, you know, music don't play a great role in Sierra Leone, from changing governments that were deemed unprogressive in the past. You know, I remember say most times so they get close to elections, you know, singers them can be very instrumental. You know, in fact, one thing I know in Sierra Leone, except perhaps things have changed now, we have the Gen Zs and all of that now, but music was quite instrumental to politics, you know, and governance then. I don't know for now, which is why it's kind of an access question, because in the past, every election before we each day, person would don't sing something, and that music, when election come there, and people let it play. And largely it help people to make a decision, whether indeed this government for staying at power or then for go. But given that, you know, times don't change, you feel say music still get a kind of power the way we get try to, you know, for change minds, particularly on governance business.
Music always get the power. Music
but always afraid now, as you say just now.
Yes. Yeah, most. Because again, like the person next to you, like your mama, your papa, your auntie, and go tell you, say, no, but not banana. Me not clear, understand it all. You understand? So like, out of fear, the history, of course, people and musicians do not use their voice for support one particular party, selfishly. Some man don't use their voice and pretend as if they can talk for salon and shift the alliance just because of personal gain and stuff like that. Everybody get the rights to what they want for do at the end of the day. Same as we. So music get that power day, music will always get that power day. And as musician them, me no say I'm not in a disposition just to make people then sing and dance and all about. Exactly. Youth them, like parents and trust me music around them picking them. So that voice is very powerful. That position is very powerful for me, you know. So I'm just doing what I feel say that the best use of me time.
So whose message you want the young people in a salon for take from the anthem? Whose message you want the young people in a salon for take from the anthem of votes?
Now we forbid the change we want to see. Yeah. So every politician, every government administrator, every bank manager and all, ordinarily in a Sierra Leonean.
Exactly.
So
first and foremost.
A person a green, a red, a pink, a this, a that, strip them down to ordinary Sierra Leonean. When he make a decision, say and say na Sierra Leonean make that decision there. Then you will see say, not so red, not so green, not so political party they play now. So now we say they do we say. So again, you then at the age 15, 18, 20, 25 now, you feel say you're too small because maybe you're not aligned with any political party or you're not a leader. They don't vote you in as councillor in your area. Then you feel say like you're powerless. You're not getting nothing to do about anything around your area. Just take and say, first of all, the one way they vote in, now ordinary citizen and vote, I mean, INSSF now citizen like you. So yeah, the youth them I want to make we know say we get the power and the future way we say now we get for lead. In all day so far, now decisions that we take now, and they make we get that leadership they enable for do better things with them.
Yeah, so Victor, and you talk about the influence of music. Yes, and then they will get them powerful image of music, the satirical music, where they expose corruption and other things, and the system where they call it that. Yes, the problem is when you do that, it depends on the motive and the goal and objective. Why I do this music? Now somebody pay me for that one for bring this person, this system can down or that can down, or I'm doing because I'm passionate about delivering the people and exposing the thing there and consistency over the years. So the artist in one day. If somebody give you tell you say go sing this one and what they call this that they do one. You know, you don't get any impact from it. You make it about it does done and you're not consistent. Because but if you do one consistently, say this now you only need this one and they do one, it no matter which government in the power, and they do it in a way that now the system that they attack anybody and they attack any personality. It's just about raising up the issues and what they call. It still continue. But not the motive. Everything you do is about the motive and what's in your interest. Okay. If it's for the general good, definitely it will survive the eternity. You know what I mean? As long as people it pass on to other person. Even if you don't fade away, other person will take them up and continue with that. So that's what we have to do. That's the focus of rules. The interest, not for we, not for any single entity, not for any single project. This is the interest of the public interest something. A platform we create for. We all come together. It doesn't matter whether you're in APS or SAPP, whether you're in a Kono, a Kenema, or Bo, or whatever you come out. You have a right to go there. No matter if you're a politician, or you're a soldier, or you're a policeman, you have a role to play. We all have a role to play. We talk about when they say independence, when they offer themselves and work. Yes, not what we do before. Remember the 28 parents come, power. People them willingly come out and try to do something. So we still get that power for do it. But now we left everything and sit back and say it's government. You know what I mean? I remember when we be small, we go to call boy society. I've been joining them. Yeah. We go along them big side. We really can lock out. We can clear the place where they plant fine flowers there. Let people you. You know what I mean? We're young too. We secondary school. We plant fine flowers and they clear the gutter. You know what I mean? Then we go back. We get ball go. We eat the ball go. And after that, then a civic responsibility the one day. Be the place clean. Not call we come take permission. We go there. We say we clear the place and plant fine flowers and then accommodate. What are the NP stations? They feel stations. They do it. Just for beautify the country. That's not civic like movement. The self-help project the one they will talk about in. So we have to go back to the canteen and lead community initiatives from the community. And it supports the government something. If government get health center there, and then they put on, but the government not get the resources for sustaining them in a way that it will serve me. One will step in as a community and say, okay, this is the natural lack now. One will come inside and say, no, we I will support this place. I will work for your interest. Yeah, those are the kind of discussion one for
with the anthem tomorrow, you'll be launching as well some 4 pillars or so. You talk about the ambassadorial, and all the other kind of stuff. Would you mind to shed light on some of these things? So
the ambassadorial project, we launch the pilot phase. And the pilot phase of luckily, they don't give themselves up and cover the initiative. One of them, one of them don't say your initiative now for support the health system. The one for community-led investment in keke. As ambulance. We know the challenge we get with ambulance as alone. Mobile clinic. We get instances they will, some woman they will deliver, na bike they put there. And by the time they reach there, someone either you lost the picking or inside lost the life. Because that's not condition for you. You know what I mean? So how would they help? How would the community go help? So you say the one for invest in keke as ambulance within a community, not a long distance. We go before anything happen, take person and you can go to the facility. Those kind of things. It's going to be supported by us, the guide the process, and in an initiative, we raise the funds for them and give them and invest in them. So the other person want to do something like a playground for schools. Under the school feeding program, there are so many gaps. Government they try to do something, but government not able to answer the question they all. The government now like when they come, you promise, and obviously they get the resources. But then they get all the resources, but they go do something. Who's how we go as citizens? So in say they want to do something like a playground for schools, they will not get them because playground they play a very huge part in the development of the child in school. If you not get time for play after school and just get our strength and what they call a mix it in company and interact, it affects them because as they don't so you don't go back now. They do within parental care and they get the kind of what they call it. So now you initiate them, they say we want to go to society and fend the school and make a playground day and start them. These are community-led initiatives. So we launch them tomorrow. And we invite, those are ambassadors that we call them now. We invite other people. You in the community, you see a gap, or you see a problem. Because roots are solution focus. Solution focus. The problem, we all Sabian. All must be the problem. We say we talk about the problem, we talk every day. We don't talk about this every day, but how we defend solution now? That's the focus of roots. So you check something in your area, in your community, you see something, say, okay, we can do this. Let's do this.
Yes,
we will support them. So what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to wait? Are you going to wait for 10, 15, 20 years for the government camp?
We need to organize.
Yes, we need to
organize.
organize.
If you build last way, they would not go.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, now the residents you have to put money.
Exactly.
Only the block road power. Put 5,000, put 10,000. It don't always they happen.
They need for change. They need for change. You say we are going to build now. You go say, this is not place. If I build now, I will pass now. You can think they can their citizens. That's no one. Lots of government can think for you. You know, the government can have a broke and the UX. You say they don't broke your place. You know what I mean? But these are things them who the civic the citizens have responsibility for do. So these are the process. Now they will launch tomorrow. Then I can tell you, we make sure say back we get a Umar Farouk do some essay or some write up or poem for talk about the role of citizens in national development. We don't left and behind because now plenty. Now plenty, and now they elect. So what are your role? You don't tomorrow they ask politicians at the back, but give their perspective on from the two divides them. What do I think say for the role of national citizens?
So Woods is saying that for quite some time now, our politics has focused
division.
Well,
ethnicity.
Too much on the elites, leaving the ordinary citizens behind, and you're here to ensure that they all come on board. And so tomorrow you'll be launching all these ambitious initiatives and these projects. Do you have representation from across all facets in society?
It's open. It's free. It's open to every. That's why we are.
Yeah, but do they know? For instance, the woman at Abacha State, who might want to be a part of this, does she even know that?
That's what we're here. That's why we are talking. Let me come talk back to you. Let me talk back to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. Yes,
let me just fast in this English. Okay.
Yes, on the other side, we get people right now within SLBC, and then Truth Media, and all the other media. We don't target all the media stations there. We want to talk to the people there. Nothing. Yes, the launching is free. Tomorrow, you open one, as many people can come. We open the portal, register, and be part of this process.
Okay, so they need to be registered before.
No, you can go there, but for let you be part of the movement and contribute, and let you accept what they call this.
Okay, so I just want to make you break it down for we take somebody go to watch you now and want to be a part of this tomorrow, but you don't know Usai how.
Okay, now Civic, the program they happen Miata Civic Center, now Brookfield here under U building.
Okay.
Yeah, they happen to 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. It's free to everybody. You want to come watch and come look what we do and see if you could be part of them. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome there. So just be there and support.
What time?
3 o'clock, 3 p.m.
Okay, so Nazgala, I still there on this politics business because we all know say Salona politics now
yes,
Renaissance now something where people and we get hopes for high hopes, but we young people and now we come they look to Renaissance and say that young man they so we don't come together. So myself I think we reach a certain level. I go join Renaissance. We all go speak with one voice regardless of whose political party you belong to. But look what's in the happen to Renaissance. So me concern for roots now. What kind of safeguard when I get in place for ensure say politicians, because politicians they have the money, they have the connections, they have the influence, and most people they want to live a good life. So who safeguard it in place for ensure say they not allow politics for infiltrate and then scatter the entire project, and then by the time you know now just we go to see roots like any other one time organization we been come and then face off.
Make that happen.
Well, so what's not the safeguard?
So we don't learn from the one day. Like I tell you, like Victor say, we don't get it separate before. We learn from all the lessons in the day. So we see what happened from that table launch to now,
Mhm.
the things that we put together. For sure, see, then things that don't happen again. If it happened to me, then I may say we don't learn nothing from what happened to Renaissance. Not about Renaissance. Renaissance, now just like a movement back. You know what I mean? Like a movement to young people that come together from both divides. SFPP, if you look at the group, at the day, you get SFPP in the day, you get honorable in the day, you get all man the day. So if one set of people decide to do this, it's up the day. It's up take action. Now you group, now the movement. If one set of people then say they don't do this one, and now you see they all go into politics, what about you? It's up the day. So mobilize within and take over the organization and continue to do what the auto set out to do. That not happen. So now the group still there. Me I don't know if I'm in a group. At the day, I mean I'm the flat president, so I don't get time for the contribute. But at least an initiative for a platform for bringing young people together and support good causes. That I mean, I make a day. But anyway, from there, there are problems. We know what happened. Yes, but we don't learn from them. So when we do this one, we make sure say we insulate ourselves from negative and different happen to we. Yeah.
How involved is the diaspora Sierra Leonean community?
It is open to them. It is open to them.
Are they actively
for now, no, but it's open to everybody. So I'm sure by the time we launch and begin do programs them, many will come on board because I know most of them are looking forward to this kind of initiatives. Because when we start, they said the first thing they begin to ask, who are behind this? Who are behind this? You begin to tell them names and sort of thing. Are you sure this is not this? I know these are the concerns people have. People want something genuine, something who not to any like how you say a platform who people want to use for catapult themselves into something else. No. We all don't excel with it. We all don't excel. We don't make a mark. But we need to do more.
So do you have realistic timelines for all of these projects you're launching tomorrow?
No, no get timelines.
So no get timeline like for say from this time to this time. Well, routes we want to achieve this and this.
Well, those benchmarks will not put it together. But we know what time we set to timelines. Yes, but we target now from now to the elections.
So in the next 1 year, what do you expect from it?
From now to the elections, we want to mobilize as many travelers as possible for buying into the idea and commit themselves and support the cause. So you even begin to see the transformation when they go into the elections. How citizens they behave when politicians they can campaign to them, what they get for tell them, how they get for support the candidate, how they get for support political party. We want to see some changes in terms of that. Long still deep at that time. Still will be before we just support the cause.
Say Abonia Daya.
Yes. So the governance machine get for work for we interest, but for we, not just for the political party, not just for their own interest there. That's what we want to do. We need for change. And the only way we change, now we all come together and talk. Person come out from APC, person come out from SFPP, person come out from Bo, person come out from Kolili and come and talk. And they say, no, this will not tire. That's what we want to happen. Not to perfect, but we talk and we follow up and make sure it happen.
You know, before now, protests them back and things they were being, so famous in this country. Then 10 and they police not be denied boku, and but now it's difficult for giving a clearance from police for the protest. If push, camp and shove, eventually, roots will mobilize some kind advocacy. They don't maintain the tinte government to make kangahes and dry the kind can always make. Protest an option, we want to see.
We're not making an option.
I mean, because of the scale of this, I mean, by going by your explanation, it appears as though roots it's a national movement, meaning all peoples from all tribes, religion, background,
as long as you're Sierra Leonean,
can belong. As long as you're a Sierra Leonean, you can belong to roots. On that note, given the large numbers we're able to get, I mean, I did look at the impact of this. If at all we don't have to drive any agenda by government, it's possible you can with the crowds where you get. But the question is, would you go willing for engage in serious protests in this country for things that were unfair to citizens?
No, we don't. That's not the part of our agenda.
So now talk no more and just...
No, let's tell you something. Government, let's talk about government. Government, when they elect, then they get legitimacy. For we, na 5 years, eh? Other countries, 7 years, other countries, 3 years, I don't know. Other countries, but we na 5 years. We don't give them mandate. Now you get the power. Eh? Now people give the power. Now you get time for 5 years. Any threat to that legitimacy day, government they act. Me approach will come as large. It has to be happening always. Sludge and police, sludge and government, they just don't know our table. You know what I mean? Eh? We always put press list. And people don't understand this. We start to be involved by national issues. all thing we do now press freedom and freedom of expression. When somebody talk something, we listen to democracy, then government all we talk. With the old journalists, for what he write, whether he wrong or he right, we full press in this. And now I come now begin evolve power what they call. But the approach I use, government not pursue like say you can't put and down. You understand? Eh? You're not enemy to her. You can't for challenger.
But you know, listen,
so it's about posture.
Elsewhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's about posture. I tell you how we do that thing. Yeah, but it's a democracy. But when democracy, you compare to other people in democracy.
I mean, are you saying for the bio?
But you listen to me first.
I understand.
Listen to me point. So I'm able for leverage and get government for do things them they're supposed to do. Okay. But the posture. So the moment government knows say you're coming to act like an opposition today, you know what I mean? And say,
the agenda.
I know, yes, I know.
Parliamentary.
So if we can get that kind of say page today, definitely, they attack me. They go attack me. Government is powerful. No, forget.
But again, understand that protests in other countries, including Kenya last year, where youth man mobilized and entire country.
The one happened. That happens spontaneously. It can happen anytime.
That's the thing I'm saying.
People not coordinators, so you can't do them. Like people feel agree with the call, but we now want to coordinate them.
But it's not illegal either. For all protests, in case government decides.
No, there are laws.
Understand that the contract between government and the people are unwritten. However, I don't mean say they're not for deliver. Who country not get a law and they sue governments because they not deliver.
Yes, so like the law.
You understand what I mean? So, but I mean, I just say because again, understand that while diplomacy is very important, it can fail most times. And Africa, we don't see. I mean, even the Bible can talk and say.
And that's probably why
I say we don't just talk. We follow up and make action. A solution we want.
I understand.
A solution. We will defend solution. Not to oppose the defender. Now together we defend them. So that's the focus. We focus not to can make protest. Look at it clear. We're not going to make protest or can demonstrate. No.
But the same deliberation so you depend so. Now you go spend 10 years back. You deliberate once you will plan the government go for the people.
You will see change. You will see change.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. That's what I'm in it.
You know, so you don't say that.
Yes, I know.
Government.
Well, you see, I'm not beginning to defeat the team before you start. Listen to me. Now we for hope.
What's
the underlying what I will talk about organization.
I don't know.
Once we organize together, we not organize individually. We not organize we na people who organize together or as a business. These are all man come together. That first day, no government able to stand up. You know what I mean?
I know.
Without no protest, no protest or demonstrate. Government able to stand up. Now voice, you know what I mean? We'll talk, we follow up. We say no, this is what we want. You know what I mean? Right now the constitutional process is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What thing we get to do as citizens for make sure say what thing they can put as law in the end. It ain't no interest.
Right.
What's the commission to go forget? You know what I mean? We go for influence. Not to just come back and say, people allow it. I know, not the fees are big. This everybody puts in.
If anything, you go for even sign as ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, just want to say, it's not so only about citizens demanding from governments, It's also what we able for the exactly. So
that's the role.
This is not entirely for Leone. Ask. The first ask now of we say what we able for do. Like I make mention earlier, growing up na freeton things and the way na citizen and the lead. Yeah. Changing the way we see from when we small, when a citizen and lead. I mean now we school, now we community and church and all the other different places and they so not so just about waiting government get for do for we or waiting for things away government go change. So yeah.
Well, government a partner in development. Government and Nigeria agenda for development.
Indeed.
So they can still like if the way you approach them, the way you approach them,
government is the target.
Yes, the way you approach them, the way you approach them, would able to know, una agree and una focus on development issues. It happen. That me believe in.
In fact, let me tell you, as we even the round of this segment, make it for care when I go to my community and tree planting, because that whole day. I don't even talk to Mambu. He said, "Say money not there for that whole day." So we go for mobilize resources. With the people already and that make that.
Come up with an initiative.
Now government will wait for. I say, you know, the world they done. But by that way,
we have a few.
It's a very vital
messages on.
Come up with an initiative.
It's a very vital.
Come up with an initiative.
Ahmed, we have a few messages on Facebook. This one's Edward Fona say, "Wish you good luck, but my only concern is that you should not use this organization to make money and forget the purpose you created this organization for." And then Usman Momokamara, they say, are these not sugar-coated vibes just for your selfish gain? And then Kamara Charles is saying, is this not a regime change ideology? I wish it is a genuine civic education. And then Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other one say, how that we bought with the green so.
These are genuine concerns. No, these are genuine concerns. You understand where they're coming from?
Yes.
That's the beauty of democracy. See, the platform day. Everybody they talk what you feel, and they talk from your experience and what you do happen to her over the years. Now they talk to. You know, now they talk to. So we not the one today. And when I say go for help, you said come on board, and just say then things the way you fear say for happen, no go happen. That's what we want. Right. So when I say the look we and always to account, we would in the small circle, we try to guide and coordinate the larger movement. Yeah. Right. So we are open to scrutiny. We don't use some. You know. So always to account and raise them fears they are, but do it in a respectful manner. We're not go dampen the spirit. Say okay, let's give up. No, medicine. No, they work. Let's give up on salon. No, we can't give up. We're running out of time. Just agree with the audience. They say, Lord, we do something now. You know what I mean? Time is going. Time is running out. And the two focus them for ensure say. Three focus them. One, support, promote accountability in governance. The other one, support community-led development initiatives. Right. And three, encourage people who they elect for lead we, for prioritize economic well-being and service delivery. Right. Those are the three things that we want to do. Yes.
I want to thank you very much indeed, Ahmed and Dees, for being part of the program this morning. Surely would follow up with the conversations tomorrow and the launch of the theme song and the other pillars of roots, but I encourage everyone, including Malima here, from the animals, to be part of
the best school in Sierra Leone. Come on,
quiet. That's the best school. That's the best school.
Thank you, Nazala. Thank you.
Second to Convent.
You're not correct.
Second to
Convent.
Anyways, we're all going to that this morning. But I mean, we're wishing you well, all of us well, because you say Woods now, all man.
All man. No, get them. Now, salon people get them.
And we say begin contribute to the country. Yeah. If you hold body under, no wait till the government go make it.
I beg you not try so Jones.
We're going for a short break. I think we have the theme song. We're going to play the song really. As we go for a short break, and then I think ANT News should also be ready, and we'll be back for the second conversation. Don't go away. Stay tuned.
Sorry, car, go see some business partners.
You didn't give me memory, Michael. If I guess I hear where this can people in not to in that day. Michael. Today you pay me money. I don't send it for let you help me send money in Ghana. 2 weeks now you not send me money and 10 you not give me back me money. Today, give me money.
You know ever sabi goodness na life. I send back your money, but trust me, today na the very last day I ever send money for now.
I don't need the help because I don't know so with Afri money. I able send money. Now Baku Africa countries them. With Afri money, we able send money to over 10 African countries, whether it's Ghana, Gambia, Liberia, or Kenya. If me party we know this, we not follow the party grammar right now.
Okay, una go regret. I mean now, una go regret.
The best part right now, Michael, with Afri money, you dey able send money, even if you not use app, even if you not the online, directly. All you need for do, you just dial *161#. Pam, your money don't go. So I don't need the help again. Thief man.
Thank you.
Send money to over 10 African countries instantly with Afri Money. No stress, no excuses. Just dial *161*1*6# now. Afri Money, quick and easy.
From 1961, them still not change the plan. Now all thing now we on. Now we forbid the change when we want see. From 1961, with all the dreams and no plans. Now we understand, say. Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Give we road for come true. Now we running out of time, no they wait for 1, 2. Every other day they get plan B. Red and green promises when no they ever come true. Gay now we Tony wa mulala. Gigi now we pay my way mojala. Now we mini razonta letena sada. And with the youths and don't understand the matter.
I know you not go believe, say. So many good things there for we all. Do you know say not to you business? This time we the younger them for involved.
So make we count one time. Left the buckle talking all the bad arts behind. So make we count one time. Show them say now we God don't send.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
If we not let the flow, the waiting they go.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Oh wow, if you know how in the pain. Say somehow, all these years has been the same. I for my be no focus on the truth. This on the depth of the heart of a youth. Marry move tongue, this not time we do the right thing. Cause everything they up to you.
Let we left for fets we serve. For Monday we know the fets for we serve. If we only plan now for run go neighbor or spot us. Now we get for pay the debts for we serve. We boku minerals and we for better where we sell them. Now we for build the road, now we for make sure we not pull them. Grab, work you compy, make you tell them. If we want forget we freedom. Now me and you go get for B Mandela. B Mandela for salon, not to region or party. This country now all my own, not to family property. We go 2 steps forward, we can 10 steps back. Salon for be paradise, not to pass we go na dirty. Okay, you go fix the road, me go fix the light. Other man go plant the rest. Fen water, then we fix the pipe. Billy O's, so we not go want you side for sleep tonight. I progress like this, so make the red and the green unite.
So make we count one time. Left the buckle talking all the bad arts behind. So make we count one time. Show them say now we God don't send.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
If we not let the flow, the waiting they go.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
We dey run out of time, so make up your mind.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
Salon now we own, we all get we roll.
Now we forbid the change when we want see.
One, mangbapsa ampatsang ninangi. Confina po sotadia.
Nyabo desia. Party hindeji mwagi mote uba. Na faye bo fwe emona famala. Amoyagi adweji bebe.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Happy Friday, Sierra Leone. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Entertainment News Updates right here on Wake Up Sierra Leone. And I'm your host for the most, Gianni, aka the Big Flexer. And I've got all the latest entertainment stories lined up just for you guys. And now, starting off with our first story, Miss Universe Sierra Leone and Miss Grand Sierra Leone 2026 have officially come to an end, with 2 outstanding young women set to represent Sierra Leone on the international stage. Adele Caroline Jusu, who emerged as the first runner-up in the pageant, will represent Sierra Leone at Miss Grand International, while Kati Fofana has been crowned Miss Universe Sierra Leone 2026 and will represent the country at the Miss Universe Beauty Pageants. Wonderful. And the participation on these global platforms will help showcase Sierra Leone's rich cultural heritage and beauty to the world. And in case you missed the grand finale, here's a snippet of beauty.
Our Miss Universe Sierra Leone 2026 is Miss Bond.
Truly well deserved. I also love how classy and well organized the entire event was. And you know, we did our thing on the red carpet too, myself and Honey Yanks. You know what time it is? Don't forget that. And congratulations to all the beautiful contestants who graced the stage, and best of luck to the two queens as they proudly represent Sierra Leone. Now, Juzelik always knows how to connect with his fans. He recently dropped a freestyle over the viral TikTok sound, Chibra, Chibobo, and also took a line, mirror, mirror on the wall, who the best of all, you know, so that's from there, Mr. Macaroni. And trust me, the freestyle is mad. Check it out.
Exactly. Yeah, Central Boy. We didn't at the house like Toa. Bill I'm from scratch like Noah. Even though I don't know her. Fala Uda Sabi Road make you baby fasting behind me like a toa. Above the game, just observing all the drama. Rappers look up to me like I'm Victor Wembanyama. I get big ego and I not believe in karma. Only thing where they go around and come around. Now this 17-inch Yokohama. I dey up like Leicester. My last one, not just the first semester. They already know I got something big coming, so they say it's in the third trimester. I switch the flow like a sound selector. Good girl want on the pressure. The girl say like man we get power, so I charge on the wall like Tesla. If they don't know what you do, a man they must suppose. Not able to do a man you do, a man they must suppose. But if you see how I can bust the shows, then you go no say need no day for juxtapose. But watch it, bra, watch it, bobo. Me not king na me city, and the city where you come up. They not able to retire me, so now then the fence for space are the list of the one that will inspire me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who that bad pass? I ain't really short, but it weak like back pass. Who that laugh first? Who that laugh last? Who that hop on the beats left empty? Kakas. Call me name if you want some more. I show up and make it rain and pour. This summer I'm back on tour. I'm live in London, September 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you ready now? I just love how Juzelik continues to support upcoming artists, and this freestyle shows there's always room for collaboration. Ole Wachibra, Wachibo, you know. And if I was brave, this is the right time to contact Juzelik. You guys do a song, you know. Say what the Iron One, Naka. And finally, Sierra Leone's entertainment ambassador Kyle De Niro recently shared on his social media platforms that through his office, he has helped create international travel and performance opportunities for several artists, including King Melody, Rap G, Lamsin, and the legendary Ami Kalon, who previously traveled to the United States of America. And now, he has facilitated another opportunity for Atika Foyo, the Eastern Power Bank, who has officially departed Sierra Leone for Canada, where he is scheduled to deliver a special performance. Many people have commended Kyle De Niro for creating such opportunities for his colleagues in the entertainment industry. And now we want to say congratulations to Atika Foyo, and we wish him a successful performance and a wonderful stay in Canada. You can even watch the World Cup, Atika Foyo. You know, watch it before you come. And that's all for today's entertainment news updates here on Wake Up Sierra Leone. As we head into the weekend, remember to always stay positive, stay safe, and enjoy every moment. A heartfelt thank you to the brilliant team behind the scenes, Hannah Yang-sin, Rami Wilson, and Aisat Subangura, for making today's show very, very possible. I've been your host with the most, Johnny, aka the Big Flexer, bringing you all the vibes and the stories. It's now back to you guys in the studio. Sue.
You're still watching or listening to Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV Television and Radio. Don't forget to send in your comments and ask your questions to the AYV News Facebook page. Next to education, the Olive B Academy will be organizing their July edition bootcamp titled Step Into Her Future. It's scheduled to take place from July 7th to July 9th, 2026 at the Olive B Academy campus in Carytown, the premier all-girls Christian boarding school in Freetown. This 3-day immersive camp is a specialized transitional experience designed for young girls entering crucial academic milestones.
Indeed, this morning to talk about the boot camp, you know, sharing our vision and empowering girls through quality education, STEM, leadership and character development. We've been joined by Olive Favor Bemba, who is the founder and proprietress of the Olive Bee Academy. Good morning.
Mr. Jones, good morning.
Indeed. You know, we've not spoken for a while, you know. I mean, last time I think you came was several months ago.
Yes.
You know, yeah. How have things fared? First, let's start there. Because you had launched the school, you had begun operations.
Yes.
Help us to understand how far you've gone.
It's been an amazing experience. The school started the school year of 25, and this is our first year closing out on July 10th.
Okay.
And for me, I think it's the mission and the vision of the school has really, the relevance of the mission and the vision is becoming even more clearer every day as this journey started a few months back. So we are excited. Our first set of students that in the beginning of everything, I think you walk us through this journey from the very groundbreaking of the facility to now you've carried us through this journey. But just looking at the kids and just looking at the growth and looking at the confidence, looking at the decisions that they are making every day with their own education, I think is very encouraging, and the future is even more brighter.
You know, you talked about quality when you began, you know. That was the ticket you sold to a lot of people, actually. I think even I bought it, really, because I mean, we've always been discussing the falling standards of academic, stuff in Sierra Leone. And you came, saying that, you know what, I have seen this gap and I want to fill it. And you talked about STEM-related courses, sciences, typical science, girls, coming up in Sierra Leone so that they would be able to compete internationally. Is that dream being realized as we speak?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I am a firm believer that whatever goals and dreams you have to have a clear roadmap as to how to get there.
Okay.
And once you have that clear roadmap, then you have to really put work in. Faith without work is dead. There has to be an extensive work being implemented. And what I'm seeing at the academy, everything that we talked about, and even more to come, is being realized. When it talk about our STEM-focused school, every one of our libraries, our laboratories are set up from biology to chemistry to physics. Getting the kids really integrated into the idea of STEM. The world is moving at a very fast pace. Even when you want to build a business, you have to be more science oriented because now people buy based on science. And so you have to understand the product. And so every area of our school is designed intentionally to create the outcome, to give us the desired result. So we are very intentional. And when it comes to quality, our kids, today is their last day for the exam. And it was an amazing experience for me to be there, to see, how this exam is going for the kids. Just them knowing that in our campus, there is zero tolerance for any kind of malpractice. And not only the zero tolerance of malpractice, we're teaching them integrity. Right? So integrity, when you teach those basic communicational skills, what happens is it translates into the classroom. And so our unspoken curriculum in our school, I believe personally, it is the game changer for the next wave of leaders. And I'm pretty excited about that.
Let's talk about the numbers, basically. How many are you catering for at the moment? How many girls?
So the capacity in the school is 550. That is our capacity. But we want to grow organically. And so pretty much every year we want to grow in a way wherein our culture, the tradition of the school can be moved from one group to another group. And that is an area that I focus on, not really hitting the 500 number, but how do the culture, everything that you talked about, the quality, how do we sustain that? And we can only sustain that by really bringing a certain set of numbers and help them understand what is our mission and then buying into the mission. Not only the student, but the parents, right? Them buying into the mission, them understanding that we are not here to, it's not a quick fix thing. Okay, if something is broken for a period of time, it takes time to rebuild it. Sometimes you have to bring everything down and start from the foundation, and that is what we are doing. And so this is why we have the boot camp for parents that have been asking, to come see and figure the facility out if that can be a place for their children.
Before Alima comes in to talk about boot camp, let's take a sneak peek into your, curricula, if you like, the courses you offer. And last time, I think we were talking about allowing these kids to write international exams, as a way of transiting into international universities. Is this dream still alive?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's actually, I think, it's one of our focal points.
Okay.
And again, our stage 7, we are hoping one day that by the time the stage 7 is getting ready to go to the university, the school will have its own university. And that is something that we started trusting God for that to happen. Because, like my sister was saying before we started this conversation, there are a lot of people that might not have the opportunity to take their education outside of Sierra Leone. But we still want them to be here and compete for jobs outside of Sierra Leone because they are capable to get it. And so this benefits that the school have, the different faculties. Yes, we are STEM focused, but we have the arts faculty, we have the commerce faculty, and we have, the design and technology faculty, which then allow for kids to be all-rounded. Science is just one part that we carry. We're focusing on that because the girl child, especially the African girl child, that is not a space that we are tapping into because we think that space is only for men. Right? But we can step into that space and really, not take over the space, but partner with the other people that are in that space to help our country get to the next level.
Now, I didn't know you offer, art designed courses.
Yes,
last time we spoke, we only talked about the sciences.
Yes.
But it's a good thing that you're offering all of these courses.
Yes. Because not all kids, are tailor cuts. I am a business. Okay, so I'm not a science student.
Indeed.
My background is business. So not all kids are tailored to do the sciences, but they can do the design and technology. They can get into entrepreneurship. There are other things. They can want to be, a government person that work in the government. So our job is to allow for them to just be the best version of themselves, as they are developing who they want to be.
My question here is, well, of course, I have to say kudos to you. You're doing a good job. But how accessible, or should I say affordable, is this program for girls coming from disadvantaged backgrounds?
I think that is my story right there. A lot of young girls in Sierra Leone, that is our story. And when I migrated out of here about 25 years ago, it was the dream that I had because I went to school in Moyamba, where the school, my best school, Hartford, there is a boarding school and then there is a day school. And I happen to be one of those students that stays in the day school because my parents couldn't afford the boarding home. And so that desire started when I was in Moyamba going to school, that one day I want to have a school that can cater to a child like me. And so the Olive Bee Academy, with all of these benefits that we have, our yearly tuition is still under, our semester tuition is still under $1,000 because the kids are staying on campus. Okay, so for 90 days they are on campus, 3 square meal, 24-hour electricity. A child cannot say, I cannot study because I don't have light. 24 hours. We have over 75 kVA solar plant in our facility. We have water systems. Even our drinking water, we manufacture that on campus. We have a system that purifies our water. And so this little money that parents spend on their children, transportation, extra classes, go buy, pamphlet, all of these things that parents spend money on. When your child is enrolled at the Olive Bee Academy, those are all money that you don't have to spend. And more especially, again, the safety of knowing that for 24 hours a day, 90 days out of the semester, there is an organization that you can hold accountable for the welfare of your child, compared to your child being home and you only have control when they get home. They are going to travel to school back and forth. Only God knows if they make it to school or not. And so the advantages that the school have and the benefit that the school have. Every child at the Olive Bee Academy have access to their own personalized computer. Okay, outside of that, have access to a full-blown library that have all of the books that they need for them to be able to equip themselves. Have access. Today kids are learning sciences, but they don't even have access to the labs. right? So you only learn in theory. I hear somebody came for interview, and you know, it's a computer person, but I've never touched the computer. So how are you going to come help me take the notes that I need you to take? How are you going to come help me, give me the spreadsheet, the Excel that I need? And so the benefit that the kids have at the Olive B Academy, everything that we are telling them that they can become, they are touching it now. They are feeling it now. And so it's making education even more exciting for them, because these are things they get to see on movies, on pictures, but now they are touching it. You know, the other day I was looking through our science lab, and our science teacher was, you know, teaching them about the human body. And here is a full-blown mannequin in the lab, okay, that they can touch and ask questions and say, what is that organ? What is that organ? Versus you just giving them a theory aspect. So the benefits completely outweigh the fees compared to a lot of private schools in the country.
I have to admit, I would agree that the benefits, based on what you said, outweigh the fees they're paying. Under $1,000 for all these benefits you've outlined is quite reasonable. But still, the Sierra Leone we're talking about, we know that $1,000, too many people in Sierra Leone might not be able to hold that, you know, earn that during their lifetime. So I'm asking, because you have extremely intelligent girls, but they come from very poor homes. Do you have slots in your school for scholarships? I mean, you know, looking out, whenever I talk about these things, I get a little emotional.
Yeah.
I come from a very humble home, so I understand what these things are. So you have, for instance, I have my elder sister who was extremely intelligent. But for the fact that she was that intelligent, she might never would have been able to be educated, because our parents were poor by then. That was way before I was born, though. Yes. So I'm asking, do you have slots for kids who are extremely poor, but they're doing extremely well? Yes. They're extremely intelligent. Are you considering, I mean, encouraging maybe just a few of them?
Not even just a few. As we speak right now, about 10% of our current students in our school are on full-blown scholarship, myself and my husband. And so when a child comes and gets tested, when they come in and do our math and our English, and I see that this child is brilliant, and then we take a look at the family and see, can this family afford this tuition? It's been, no child has been turned back at the Olive B Academy. That is smart. One thing I will say is, I am not going to, if you are not smart, I'm not giving you a scholarship, right? Because they are smart kids, but parents have guided their kids not to be smart. So it is the responsibility for a parent to make sure that this child is doing extremely well when they come to the Olive B Academy and they take our entrance exam and they pass. And the only reason why they cannot come to the school is because the parent cannot afford the tuition. This is when I step in. This is when we have friends that can step in. In fact, we have a young girl that is in the school right now. It's myself and another friend that partner to do her tuition. So myself and my husband are doing 50%, and the other person is doing 50% to make sure that this child is getting the education that they have. And so that is something that I am very, very big on. You know, to make sure that no child is left behind. But we are looking for kids, especially the elementary kids that are here in conversations like this. Focus on your school. Do well. Have a reason for somebody to want to invest in you. You know, when I went to school, that's what I did. My mom didn't have anything. But throughout all of the hustling and the bustling, I came home and still studied. And so we have times that people will say, you know what, this year I will help you with Olive school fees. You know, next year I will help you with uniform for Olive.
That was my sister's story too.
Because, you know, because we're doing it. And so, yes, at the Olive B, and we are asking, not only for us now at the Olive B Academy, but for friends and family, Sierra Leoneans in your village. If you have a child that score the highest exam in your village on NPSC. Possibly you have a better opportunity than the parent of that child. You can be a good citizen that can say, you know, for my village, I'm going to give one scholarship to somebody to come to the Olive B Academy. And so this is really a call again to every one of us Sierra Leoneans to see how we can help the less fortunate that are around us so we can give them the same opportunity that we have or our children have.
Okay, thank you very much for that call. I also want to touch on something that's troubling. I know, of course, we've made progress so far. It is this notion, you know, you still have parents who prioritize boys' education over the girl child. I know it's not as life as it used to be, but we still do have these cases, especially in the rural areas. What do you think can be done to change this mindset? Because already they're seeing enough. They're seeing what women are doing, what women can do when we are educated. But you know, you still have these very traditional men and women in these areas that will tell you, no, girl pikin, go in the kitchen, you got to take care of your man, and you boy pikin, go school, now you got to look after the family, which is most times not the case eventually, you know. So what do you think we can do to change this mindset?
So I think it's the space that we are occupying now. I remember a few years back when the president talked about having 30% of women in governance. And I believe that was a game changer. That thing really brought a light to the nation, wherein girls and women started thinking, oh, if a room is open for us, then we can go in there. And I believe not only that the government is focusing on having women empowerment, but I believe they struggled a little bit because there wasn't that much women that they could bring in. And so there is a gap there, and that is where you and I that occupy this space must continuously shine to give audacity of hope to the young girls and even parents. Now parents are looking, if you look at families around, most families that are moving from rags to riches or that, is the trend is women that are changing that trend. And so parents now are looking and realizing that we must figure a way to educate our girl child. Because the saying says that when you educate a man, you just educated a person, right? You didn't even educate his family, just him. But when you educate a girl, you haven't only educated a family, you've educated a community, you've educated a country. If you do it well, you might educate a continent. And I think it's a campaign that we have at the Olive B Academy. I am a mother of girls, and I have a boy, and I am a wife. And I know the balance that a woman can truly have it all. You can still have an amazing home, you can still have beautiful children, and you can still be you and still grow in your entrepreneurship or grow in that God-given potential that God has given you. You don't have to give up your potential of becoming a female musician because you have to get married, right? And so I think the education is going around the country, and the more we shine as women and the more we are humble as we are shining, we are allowing for parents to see the need to send their kids to school.
So Jones, you want to come in now?
So you can finish up.
Okay, I just wanted to ask what's practical, you know, Jones be on me today.
No, it's okay, go ahead.
I come from a family where we have 6 girls. My mom had 9 kids, 6 girls and 3 boys. And many people were really worried about her. How is she going to raise 6 girls in such a community? You know, but thankfully we're all graduates and everybody's doing well in their own light. So for very poor, maybe single mothers, in fact, who have girls and might think that the only way out is to get these girls to go fetch, you know, money and feeding for men. I'm glad that we have the Olive B Academy and a person as yourself that can sit here and tell the world what girls can do when they're educated. I get so emotional when we talk about these topics.
So sis, listen, if there is a message that I can send to mothers across Sierra Leone, is if you have to sell pepper, Maggi, yabas, whatever it is, to educate your girl child, your pain is very temporary.
Yes.
okay? Because my mom is living her best life. From
Mine
here,
too.
okay? From here, right after this show, I'm heading to my mom's house. She's cooking red pamine soup and whatever is the other thing that she's going to put on the rice. And we're going to go there with my siblings and we are going to have fun. But I remember there were times that she has to go launder clothes for other people so that we can eat. There were times that I saw my mom as a young lady. You know, I remember a case scenario with my mom. I think it was the day I made a decision that I must be somebody. Because I never want that situation to repeat to another mother again. Where my mom was at an event, you know, they've cooked for this event, and at the end, whatever they took to the event, she wanted to take some to bring home, and she got embarrassed by somebody else. That, you know, most of the time you come, you help, and then you take to your children. And I watched that. I was coming to help my mom so we can go home, and I watched that case scenario. And in that instant, I told myself, I will never give another human being a permission to belittle any person that I love like that. And so there comes a time in life where we have to make decisions. That are we going to play games with our lives, or we are going to be determined so we can change the trend of history? And in my family, we've changed the trend of history. And so this is the very message that I'm bringing into the Olive B Academy. You know, for girls to understand that the sacrifice is immense. What parents are doing to get you here. I have a mom that sells fish to educate her child. I have parents that their focus is all their profit for 90 days is to send their kids to the Olive B Academy. And so it is my job to let that child understand that a sacrifice like that cannot just go down the drain. And so at the Olive B Academy, we'll make it our responsibility not only to educate a child, but this unspoken curriculum that we're talking about, love for parents, love for country. When you drop something on the floor, pick it up, right? When when you are doing something to your country that you know at the end of the day is detrimental to your country, stop it. Be a good citizen. Contribute something to. Stop asking, what is the government? What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you carrying yourself? How are you contributing to the country's overall growth? And so we have mothers that are making the sacrifices, and we're teaching the kids to be able to recognize those sacrifices and go back and repay their loved ones for it.
Indeed, I mean, what you've been discussing basically affects a lot of families, you know, in this country. You know, from you rose from the humble beginnings of your boarding school in the provinces. You know, perhaps you didn't tell Alima that. And you rose, you know, with flying colors, I would say. I mean, that should be the dream, and that's what we've been advocating in Sierra Leone. But if the system keeps failing the young, you know, it becomes very difficult to achieve these goals. All of us, including myself, I had actually been a charcoal miner. I've done a lot of jobs in this country to be where I am today, you know. But you know, as the Kiseno in our language, they say, man them, you for be strong, get for tough. So you know, discuss for look fragile, you know, in public. But I don't discuss these things. Some of these things will be embedded in my memoir later on in life. But it is the reality for thousands of children in Sierra Leone. You coming now, it's giving them a glimpse of hope. However, I wanted to pick your brain on this because it's something that is affecting the rubrics of academia in Sierra Leone at the moment. How do we get education better? I mean, you've studied at class A, you know, how would we call them? Big universities. I mean, there's a word for these universities, you know, in the West. Yes, Ivy universities, Ivy Leagues, you know, and you know this as much as I do, that education there is solid, it's serious business. Here, a lot of people are caricaturing education. How do we get it right from the familial level, the family level, from the ground, the grassroots, right onto the system, the schools, and even the personal decisions that youngsters make in this life to become deliberately, you know, fascinated with getting better and improving in life. I think because at some point it's a personal decision, I feel. No matter the support you get, we have seen a lot of rich people who've ended up, being extremely reckless in society. Nothing much to show. They were born in wealth, actually, but there's not much when you discuss their life today. Others didn't have much, but they made much out of nothing. So how do we do this?
When a bucket is full of dirty water, right? The only way you can systematically clean that bucket, there are two things you can do. One is just take the whole bucket of water and dump it. That's a quick fix, but you left the bucket empty. Or the next thing that you can do is take the bucket that already have the dirty water to a tap that is running. It doesn't matter how little that tap is dropping. Over time, the clean water will flush out the dirty one. Sustainable change is not something that happens overnight, especially when a system have gone to a point where it's really bad. I have a young man that I've supported through school here in Sierra Leone and graduated. I will not name the school, and I was super excited. Okay, sent him through school, I think middle school, high school, and now graduated from this university, and I was super excited. And I was like, okay, so what did you study? And he's looking at me like, let me go bring the paper.
What?
Okay, what?
That's the reality of a lot of people.
Okay, what did you study? For Christ's sake, you need to bring the certificate for me to see so I can read, because you don't know exactly what is it that you've been going to school to do every day.
Oh.
The situation is real. For us that are, in the overseas, we have a company in the US, and, we get to hire people. And most of the time I go in search of people that are coming from my country, because again, that was the vision that I had, to be able to have a company that cater towards my people, so they're not just going there, trying to figure out where to go. There is somebody you can relate to, you can talk to, that can fix you. And so when people come in, you sit down and talk with them. Because of the system that you have over there, you must know your job. There's no other way around it. You must know it. And so you are not giving some of these opportunities, you are redirecting them to other places, because you cannot give them the opportunity, because that office requires some level of accountability. And so if it begins from home. Parents must refrain from supporting their children for these malpractices. We had the president just said that very recently. And I saw that clip, and he was very much passionate about it. Parents must refrain, because it's beginning from home. You see a parent that have a child that is in class 5. Then they want that child to sit NPSC. Your brain capacity needs time to grow. And so if we can, make people realize that first, it's a disservice to your destiny. You're eating your destiny too early. If you're planning on becoming a doctor, after you do a surgery on somebody and they die, no other patient is coming to you, that career is done. And secondly, I think, which I think government is taking necessary steps, because hearing the president, I think they are taking necessary steps to be able to really combat the situation. For the president to say, I have evidence and I can prove that we are doing it, that means it's grown to a point where it's now unstable and it's now addressing it. So we as parents must really treat this serious, and also the institutions. You see, I tell parents at the Olive B Academy, if you are looking for your child to get 100, if your child doesn't have the 100 brain, you brought them to the wrong school. What we'll do for your child it's not going to be magic. We are going to help your child that is performing at a 40 to see if we can get them to 45, to see if we can get them to 50. And they have to grow until they get to that 80, 90, and 100. But it's not going to be given to them. Zero tolerance. If Sierra Leone educational system declare a zero tolerance for my practices, We have people that are smart in this country. Yeah. I am a Sierra Leonean that went to a foreign land, knowing nothing, coming out of a 10 years of civil war. That education was disrupted throughout that 10 years. So that means we really did not exhaust the curriculums that we were supposed to exhaust, okay? And I can tell you today that I'm sitting here as a Harvard alum, right? And so for me, it's one of those things. Our people are smart. If we give them the opportunity, if we allow for them to think. Most kids are not applying critical thinking because they just want to go and pass an exam. And so we have a big challenge, but I think it can be, we can address it with these conversations.
Indeed. You know, this is quite refreshing actually this morning, because I mean, the scale at which people are, you know, spying, you know, cheating in public exams these days, it's really worrying, it's fearful, you know. I mean, with the joke then days, I say, even man in dissertation now, na kanda in the chair, print online, you know.
Written a kanda?
You know, the hardcover for your dissertation. We were joking that even their dissertations are not being written by them, the students, you know, being written by other people, you know, and then they don't even defend their thesis in some schools in this country, you know. So that's the lowest ebb of, you know, academia, standards of academia. I just hope it's rejuvenated eventually. But as we close, I mean, Olive, let's look at the future, you know, of Olive and even the summer camp you're about to hold. Is this a, you know, recurring event every year? You're going to be doing these boot camps, or just one-off stuff?
No, I think it will be every year, I think, because we have kids. The kids that just took the MPSC exam, which is our stage 7 kids. Again, the discipline that comes with the boarding home. So we are really asking parents to come. And the kids, for them to have an experience of what lies ahead of them. And so the 3 days camp is for you, I call it the Get to Know the Olive B Academy campus. It's them really going, touching, feeling things, sleeping on the bed, seeing if this is a place that is comfortable for me. And then they can now go and make that decision, and their parents. And then the parents can actually come and see, because parents are dropping their kids off. They are going to get a full tour of the campus, and then they will go home making that decision if this is a place that they want to bring their kids. And so it's GSS1, GSS2, and we are doing SS1 too. So those are the 3. And then, of course, if you have a child that is in stage 9, which is SS3, I don't think we're doing SS3 because those kids are getting ready to take an exam, and so we are very particular about their readiness and their preparation. So we don't take any exam class, but we do take the classes that are not exam class. So I'm asking for parents, if you are thinking about coming to the Olive B Academy, please sign up online and register your child for the boot camp that is coming up on the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th.
Is it free of charge?
It's free.
Okay.
And that's another thing. For 3 days, you don't have to worry about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, electricity, water, all of that is on campus.
Quickly run us through the dates, the time, the place, and how they can get there.
So the school is in Kerrytown. If you just go to Olive B Academy on our website, or you go, I think something should be playing on the background. I don't know why they're not showing it. But our flyer is out there where parents can see the phone number to call. They can see where to go. And just, okay, it's coming up now. You know, so parents can just visit our school right off. If you get to Waterloo, Tombo Junction, and you ask for the Olive B Academy, they will take you straight there.
So the boot camp starts?
On the 7th. It starts on the 7th, but you have to register for the boot camp, because we have to be able to know who is coming.
How does one register?
You go online. You go to www.olivebeacademy.com. There will be a link there for you to register, or you can just follow through. If you go to AYV later on after this show, it will be right there. You can see the link that you can go on to send your name out to us.
Okay.
Right. Well, thank you so very much indeed, Olive Bemba, the founder and proprietress of the Olive B Academy. You know, and I think this is where I would say goodbye. It's been quite an interactive week of editions, one edition after another. You know, we discussed a lot of topics this week, most of which are quite integral to nation building. You know, from the Civic Day series, you know, in McKinney, and all of the things that the president has actually said. You know, one thing that particularly struck me was when he talked about the rife, malpractice, in public exams. We Olive Bimba himself, that's serious. If the president even they call you out now publicly, the same thing we've been doing for the environment. Where you say now most of in top man in our government to sell them place here, and go build it. The park actually they do this thing, but it appears as though people only listen to the park, and I feel it's a sad state of affairs, and we should not be doing that. But in any case, I mean, this is where we would end today's edition of the show. I want to say thank you very much indeed to our sponsors, Wakeup Commercial Bank, for their support to the program, and to our valued, respected, and cherished audiences across the globe who wake up every morning to watch this show, whether on our local channels, channel 33, or listening to us on radio, or in our international channel, now live on DSTV 399, so the globe could watch. Thank you so much indeed for your time. As usual, I am Victor Jones. Goodbye, and have a splendid week.
And I am Alimati Judge. Please stay tuned to AY with Forward today as we have other exciting programs coming up. Till we meet again. Today's Friday, right?
It is TGIF.
So till we meet again next week, do take care of yourself and always remember to show kindness. Have a pleasant day.
Indeed.